Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brad here, back for another Let's Talk Jurassic. It is Wednesday night. As always, we are here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are ready to talk some Jurassic. So I reached out to everybody today to kind of find out what do you guys want to talk about, what kind of things are on your, on your mind right now. And I had a few suggestions. So right off the bat, I'll let you know what we might be talking about if you guys are interested in that. So we're going to probably be talking about the horror elements of Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. What we can find throughout these movies. We're going to talk about Universal Beijing and what's been going on over there. And maybe some Amber Collection stuff. Maybe some of the new features. Because I think there's been a few spotted. Muldoon and a young Rex and some compies. So we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about some of the other ones that have been recently not revealed, but at least you've been able to pre-order them. But that's probably it. I mean, if you guys have any other topics, surely we will discuss them at any point. I'm still trying to look up all my stuff and get everything ready for the episode because I literally just came down here, just hit stream and just didn't even have anything ready. So it's been a night, guys. It's been a night, but I'm definitely ready to talk some Jurassic. I'm excited. I feel like it's a very fun time right now, and it's just about to get a whole lot better. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. All right, so here I found some of those. Oh yeah, I could have just looked in my Amazon account, I guess, for some of these things. Because I forgot I pre-ordered some stuff. Anyway, I'm kind of just talking to myself at this point. The entire time I'm talking to myself. Anyway, let's see what you guys are talking about here in the chat. I want to say hello to everybody. I hope you guys are having a great night. You've had a great day. Happy birthday to Mr. Tom Jurassic out there. It is Tom's birthday. He's probably sleeping by now. It's very late where he is. Let's see. Hello, Creative Mind. Can't talk. Creative Mind. Let's see. So we got a lot of interesting comments here already in the chat, and I am like, what's happening? So hello, Lewis. What's going on? All right. So this is where the fun begins. It's not my name. My name's not Brat. Close. There we go. There's the right one. Brad with a D. Doing good. We got Gavin here. Hey, what's going on? Creative's wondering, is it Brat or Brad? Fair enough. Because sometimes I just say it real quick or don't say it at all. Got that Brad down. Gavin's like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Braff. Gamer Bros. Barf, maybe? I don't know. And I liked Jurassic Soul's comment. What a start to the show. LOL. Iconic. Very true. Very true. All right. So, like I said, if you guys have any comments or questions or any kind of discussion points you want to talk about outside of Camp Cretaceous Season 3, like this, let's talk about the new images of Camp Cretaceous Season 3. I mean, you guys can talk about them, but I'll hold off on that. We'll talk about those next week. next week. What is next week? So let me check my schedule here, make sure we're talking on the same wavelength here. So next week is Camp Cretaceous. Yeah, next Friday, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, the 21st. But we will be able to talk about it a little bit sooner than that. So expect next week on this stream, next Wednesday night, we'll definitely be talking some non-spoiler discussion for Camp Cretaceous. We'll probably have some content maybe the day before that for you, Tuesday. So we'll probably have some non-spoiler stuff next week. And then I got to check the schedule. I forget if we might usually release that. Yeah, I guess maybe we'll probably release the spoiler discussion Friday for Camp Cretaceous. It's going to be a lot to discuss. Woo! It's going to be a lot to discuss. Oh, that's all I'm going to say. Before I get too far. Just finished the book club. Jared just finished the book club. Camp Cretaceous Season 3 right around the corner. So is this the eye of the Jurassic Storm? That's a fair point. I mean, we're right in the center. We're getting ready to just branch out and go wild. And yeah. So anyway, Jared brought up the book club, right? So we've been doing the Jurassic Park book club on the podcast, the Jurassic Park podcast. So I hope you've been checking that out. We just wrapped up 3 episodes of that. We showcased the first what's a division of okay, it's a first third, and then the second third, and the third, I guess the final third was just this past Monday, and that was a really fun episode. I was not on it per se. I mean, I hosted it, of course, but I did not host that segment. That was Ben, as always, hosts the Jurassic Park Book Club, and he was joined by Tom Jurassic, whose birthday it is today, and also Collect Jurassic. No, I'm sorry, not Collect Jurassic. Jurassic Collectibles. Oh, guys, change it. Too close. Jurassic Collectibles. Man, same words, different way of saying it. Jurassic Collectibles. So David was on the show. How do we reverse? Can we reverse? No. David was on the show with Tom and Ben, and they discussed the final portion of the book. We had so many callers. Jared was one of them. We put those into the episode, and it was so much fun. Such a good episode, I think. And oh man, yeah. So, and I did submit some of my thoughts in there as well, so you get to hear what I thought on that final portion. The final bit of Jurassic Park, the novel from Michael Crichton, is insane. It's just, there's so much stuff happening from the 5th iteration onward. It's just chaos. It's 100% of the time. It's so awesome. And I think there's a lot of cool tidbits in there that you could peel off and then throw onto Dominion. So I feel like there's a lot of things in that last portion that you could repurpose for Jurassic World Dominion. So fingers crossed we get a lot of those moments repurposed for that movie. I think it could be a lot of fun. But yeah, I guess we should move into our conversation. So I guess that kind of brings us to, I want to discuss the horror elements of Jurassic World. So let's see. Actually, that's a fair thing to discuss. Where did my notes, my website thingy go? I have way too many tabs open, guys. I don't know what's going on. I've got Jurassic Park 3 window. Oh, I'm literally watching Jurassic Park 3 on this computer. Let's close this out because there's way too many things. All right. So on Twitter, I had asked everybody, like, what do you think about the final? I guess the final half. It's a little less than half, maybe the final third of Fallen Kingdom, because it's kind of it's a portion of the movie. Actually, the entire movie, of course, is very divisive. I would say. I think there's a lot of people that either love the beginning or love the end, or dislike the beginning or dislike the end. I feel like I find few people that love both. I love both. I love, all those, the entire movie. So the second half, is, it's either the ship portion when they're on the ship, and then they make it to Lockwood Estate. And the part that I really wanted to know about was, what do you think about the horror elements of that bit? Because I think it's amazing. I think it's really cool to give Jurassic something extremely different to do. I guess you could say that Jurassic has kind of tiptoed within horror, like the genre of horror, its entire time. I think it has. I think that's fair to say. It's not necessarily, I would never say that Jurassic is a horror movie, any of them. It has elements of horror, but I just don't think it's really that as a genre. But the second half, specifically once the Indoraptor is kind of announced and showcased at the auction, it's straight horror. Like that whole bit, of course. It's amazing. And the fact that it gets multiple references to actual horror properties. I mean, just on the surface, Jurassic is kind of a Frankenstein tale, a Frankenstein's monster. All of these creatures are Frankenstein's monster, built from, and literally it said in Fallen Kingdom, it's like built from pieces of the past, or whatever he says, like that line, which is what Frankenstein's monster is. He's built from things of the past, like dead creatures and dead humans and other parts and stuff. So that's kind of what these dinosaurs are, and specifically the hybrids even more so. And something like the Indoraptor, definitely, it's something that it's just brutal and monstrous. And then of course there's the reflections of Dracula, and Dracula, the whole window sequence as the Indoraptor climbs over the roof and just kind of reaches down and opens that door. It's such a Dracula moment, like literally, like just going over the girl, over Maisie, just so carefully and quietly, as if it's about to suck her blood, just clamp down on her neck. But like, you see the claw. It's very reminiscent of a Dracula type moment. And then of course you have Wolfman, and these are all, by the way, Universal property. They're all Universal monsters. So that's really awesome to get that kind of reference. And then, yeah, like I said, the Wolfman with like the howling at the moon, essentially, it's just, the iconography from this moment is so awesome. And I think if you don't love this portion, I think you have to be able to appreciate the referencing of all these amazing films, and just the genre that it's trying to dive into. And J.A. Bayona is known for horror, like, so it's really, really cool to have that showcased in a Jurassic film. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts. I really love it. I think the Indoraptor is very cool. I think very recently I've been warming up a lot to the Indoraptor and that style, the way it looks, the vibe, everything about that thing. I've been really warming up to it. And for a long time, I've been much more of a fan of the Indominus Rex, the counterpart. You had the Indominus, and then the Indoraptor made from the Indominus, right? The bone. It's a very convoluted timeline. I guess it took around 3 years to make that thing. And I don't know where I'm going with that, but I've always liked the Indominus more, but I don't know. I'm maybe kind of leaning towards the Indoraptor a lot recently. So let's take a look at the poll that I put up here. So we got a few people responding to the poll and to and voting on the poll and all that. So let's see here. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can take a look at what I'm talking about. All right. So here we go. Here's the post. Let's revisit Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom second half. Do you like the haunted house, Dracula, Wolfman vibes from the Lockwood estate? And it went in an overwhelming landslide here. 81.2% said yes. 18.8% said no. That is the final results. That is the end of the poll. I don't know. It must have just closed fairly recently. Final results with 282 votes. Not bad. Not bad. You guys came through. So that's a decent, collective of people. that voted on this. Got a few retweets, a few likes, and a bunch of comments. So I had to repost this image just because it's like that. I know it is so different from anything Jurassic. Oh, it's so different from anything Jurassic, but it's so good. It is just a brilliant shot. It is one of my favorite moments in any Jurassic film, any of them. Look at that. It's just so good. I love it so much. The clawing over the spires on this castle, essentially. It's just everything to me. I love it so much. So I want to take a look at some of these comments here. Baldy says, the Bald Emperor says, zero tension. No way something of consequence was going to happen in there. Indoraptor was goofy. Only JP movie I never want to watch again. Ooh, ouch. Wow. So obviously I disagree there, but, I commented right there that I can see how that portion doesn't work for some, because I get it. I get why it doesn't work for some, but for me, it works so well. I don't know, Indoraptor. I know a lot of people harp on the fact that it smiles. It doesn't smile. It doesn't. Actually, there was. Oh man, let me see if I can find that note real quick. I was taking notes while rereading Jurassic Park just over the past month, or however long, and so I took this note from I forget what portion this was in the book, but there's a Myosaurus species described by Grant and Horner, and they mentioned that it had an upcurved lip, which gave it the appearance of smiling. Woo! There it is! Jurassic! You can't say it's not pure Jurassic. It is. The evidence is here. And I love discovering this stuff. Some of the slightest, littlest things that you're like, oh, it's not Jurassic. You go back to the novel and you really dig deep. That is just a line that you would probably bypass. But me, no, I'm kidding. But I just so happened to notice that it mentioned the smiling. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. That is straight up Indoraptor. That smiling appearance. And I do think it is just kind of that natural curve of the mouth is kind of smiling in general. But all besides the point, I do think that it's not goofy, and I think it is a pretty terrifying creature. Bob here says Fallen Kingdom is awesome. Second half is one of my favorite Jurassic moments. Ranking changes often. Swan, it was great to put that classic horror style into the franchise without forcing them to either devote a whole movie to it or waste it on one scene without proper setup. Good points. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people really enjoyed this moment, obviously with the voting structure there. But I believe Jurassic Souls is the one that kind of asked to kind of go over all of this and stuff. And I love it so much. So I've kind of been ignoring the comment section here. So I do want to see what everybody is saying about this portion here. So I got to go back up because my comment thing skipped ahead. Yes, I cut my hair. And I trim my beard. So, looking different these days. All right, trying to find some comments here. I definitely scrolled. All right, so here. Joey Sanchez here says, my favorite part of the new movie is the dark elements for sure. Yeah. And a lot of people like to say that, I think we had this conversation, maybe even last week or so. I know we were doing that whole, with Lewis back and forth of whether the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park or World are monsters or animals or like realistic animals. And obviously I sided more so on the monsters elements. But, these new movies do have darker elements, and that moment in Jurassic World with the raptors, they were cut loose. They're running through the jungle with Owen. Not too crazy there. Nothing too scary. But the second that they turn, on the humans and go on the offensive there with the Indominus, it's pretty intense and pretty scary. We're adults, so we don't necessarily get all scared at a lot of this stuff anymore like we used to when we were kids. But I do think that is a super scary moment for a lot of fans, a lot of younger fans and stuff. But it is, you can tell that the elements of kind of horror are there. It's literally like, a handheld movie, like, I don't want to say like a Blair Witch or a what do you call it, Cloverfield or something in that moment, because it's got the the rigged cameras to the mounts of the dinosaurs and the humans and stuff, and just seeing that footage, that like found footage element of that moment where the raptors attack all of the mercenaries is just so cool and so creepy. I love that moment so much. But yeah, Jared says the Indoraptor was very deliberate in its movements compared to the other animals we've yet seen, despite being partly doped up by Wheatley's darts. Do you think the darts actually did something? That's an interesting point. I actually have never really considered the darts to have any effect on the Indoraptor, really. I know we see it pass out there, but I think it's all just a ploy, right? I don't know anything really happened there, but this thing is very deliberate, and the fact that it's made to be that way is a big part of that, I think. I just rewatched that moment. Why do I have two logos up here? I just realized there's two logos. Let me take that one off. There we go. The point of it is to be very deliberate because of the function of that creature. And I know this is another thing that a lot of people don't like, but the targeting, the infrared, stuff like that, I think it's actually really cool. And I like that. I mean, I love the targeting. You line the sight up to where you want it to attack and then send that acoustic signal. And it just, man, when that thing goes wild, it's insane. It's like any vicious monster just attacking something. Like literally, if it's like if a wolfman or somebody was like in a cage and just like was like just attacking out of control. I hope you appreciate my wolfman noises. Very, very accurate. So yeah, I love how deliberate this thing was, and the fact that it was taken down by Wheatley's darts, but also very deliberate about how it wanted to attack Wheatley. Yeah, it's a super cool creature, and I think we need to really differentiate what we're seeing on screen between the realistic dinosaurs and the animals and the more natural species and the monsters that are on screen. I don't think we really need to say like there was only one option. There are only animals. I think you can have some leeway between which ones you want to pick and choose as far as what each species is. And the Indoraptor is certainly monstrous. But yeah. Anyway. All right, here we go. Jurassic Souls. Oh my God, you didn't DM me. I guess we're never gonna record together. Never. Anyway, thank you so much for the super chat.
Apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
Well, I'm sorry, Siri. I was not talking to you. I was talking to Jurassic Souls here. But I really appreciate the super chat. And you said, I love the horror melons? Horror elements in the franchise, especially the gothic horror and monster elements in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I also enjoy the spooky moments in the movies when it gets ominous and you know something's out there, but you can't see it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's awesome. Sorry, getting giddy about stuff, but that's it. Anyway, Spooky moments. That's cool. I mean, this movie is full of those spooky moments, and literally a monster movie inside a castle with all these monstrous elements, and it's spooky. What are some other spooky moments throughout the franchise? I think, it's you could say like the Ellie going down into the tunnels is pretty spooky. I mean, it's literally like those horror movie tropes where like the one character's separated and kind of like in a remote location. They have the light, the single flashlight that's, the power is out and everything, and they're trying to find their way. And then all of a sudden their ankles hurt, and they, they got some problems there, so they can't hoof it out of there as hard as they possibly can. So that is like a very horror element right there, and a spooky moment. And of course, the attack, the jump scare. It's literally a jump scare. A lot of the scares in this movie are not. I don't think there's a lot of jump scares in this franchise. It's just sheer terror, right? Like there's a lot of elements of sheer terror, but there's not a ton of jump scares. That would be interesting. I'd like to actually notate that sometime and just kind of see like how many jump scares are there in this franchise. So that's one of them. Obviously, the worker village in the Lost World is full of spooky moments. I think the lighting there, the atmosphere, the fog rolling in, the long grass with the essentially these like demons inside the long grass just pulling people down, and just you never see those people ever again. It's just, that is so creepy, so intense. And the worker village just being so ominous and empty. There were so many people there, and then all of a sudden, there's none. And it's just the core group trying to battle their way through, and these monsters attacking. Jurassic Park 3, it has that whole spooky raptor room element, but it's not as spooky, I don't think. It tries to be. It tries to be with the whole raptor in the the glass tube thing, but like, I don't know what. It's a weird moment. And of course, I just mentioned the Jurassic World moment and the Fallen Kingdom. What about Battle at Big Rock? Is there anything spooky in there? Not really. I don't think there's necessarily spooky vibes too much in that. But it's definitely ominous. I mean, when there's a shot once the Allosaurus knocks over the trailer in Battle at Big Rock. I just rewatched that the other day. I would highly suggest just giving it another watch, this long after the fact. It is so good. So there's a spooky moment once they knock it over, and they all like wake up at the bottom of the trailer, and there's the baby. It's just like just hanging there, like in the high chair, which is a terrifying image in itself. But then like through the back window or something like that, I forget. But the Allosaurus is Allosaurus. Yeah, it's just pushing its way through and just like trying to get in there and then demolishing that. I guess you could say that's pretty ominous and spooky in its own way. So yeah, thank you, Jurassic Souls. Always killing it, man. Always killing it. Really, really appreciate you coming here every live stream. I mean, pretty much can count on you to be here. So thank you so much. Jurassic World fan. Fallen Kingdom was very good. I don't know why people hate it. I think a lot of people just kind of dislike how kind of flashy the new movies have become in comparison to the old ones. And the fact that it's all about the action and sometimes absurd action, which, I can agree with. I can agree that the action is crazy at times and unrealistic for sure. I mean, how many people have pointed out that Owen would have died instantly in the ash that was falling down the mountain and, enveloping him as he was running away. Sure. I don't really care about that stuff. That doesn't bother me. I'm having fun with it. But, I can see why people dislike the scientific aspects that they're trying to show you, but just getting wrong, maybe. And then the fact that the movie is split up into very distinctly different halves. really affects people's judgment, I think, on this movie, because like I said earlier, a lot of people, wow, what did I say? Like I said earlier, a lot of people either love the beginning or love the end, or hate the beginning, hate the end, whatever the case may be. And so you end up seeing a lot of people that are like, I just wanted them to be on the island the whole time. I just wanted the island, which I think is a fair assessment, to be honest. I think wanting them to explore that island more, so we as the audience can see what happened there, to see the downfall of Jurassic World a bit more, to see what's left over, where the dinosaurs are, how they're living, are they being natural, like what's going on there, which we are getting that in Camp Cretaceous, which is very cool. But I can't blame a lot of us for wanting to see that on screen as well in the theaters. Yeah, I would have loved more time on the island, but I do appreciate the moment that we got, especially because it was like such a clear homage to paleo art from the past, and just the reference of dinosaurs in pop culture and stuff like that. It's always surrounded by, you always see dinosaurs in very luscious environments with a volcano in the background erupting. And that has been something that's just ever present in paleo arts and just, popular media when it comes to dinosaurs or any kind of artwork out there. It's always dinosaurs and volcanoes. That's just a common occurrence. So I love that was played out that way, and we got that element, And then, of course, the second half being the horror movie elements and the haunted house vibes. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably part of the reason. But I think a lot of it chalks up to people not loving the newer movies as much as the old ones. Oh, skipped ahead again. Where was I? So yeah, Jurassic Souls again, just showcase. I love the Lockwood Manor and how it also built the lore of the original Jurassic Park. Yeah. There is a lot of lore inherently in that manor, whether it be Maisie, the scale, like the little scale model that's in there, any talk of Hammond. There's a lot of not flashbacks, but just kind of discussion when it comes to the old park and how things were built. Hammond and Lockwood working together. There's so much great stuff in there. That's not even horror, Do you like the female velociraptors in Jurassic Park 3? I think they're kind of terrifying in their own right. I think, kind of being that white color with a maroonish, reddish, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But brownish, something like that. They're kind of creepy in and of themselves. But they're probably some of my least favorite raptors. Probably my least favorite raptor design. And let's follow that up with everyone loves the JP3 Raptors. So I think most of the time when you think of JP3 Raptors, you think of the male variant, which is the one with the quills and the different color, and it's not the rounder face. It's more of like the rigid face and stuff like that. So those are the ones that I like. I love those ones. Not necessarily a fan of the female Raptors in Jurassic Park 3. There we go. Theme park monsters, nothing more, nothing less. Brent's here. What's up, Brent? Brent says, I love the horror vibe from the last part of Fallen Kingdom. I just have a hard time buying into all the dinosaurs fitting in the basement. Brent was actually in Jurassic World. here, and he's watching via Facebook, it looks like. So Brent was on a recent episode. It was fairly recent, actually, with Tom. And let's see if I can find out where that was, just so you guys can take a listen. That was episode 268 from April 5th. There you go. But he loves the horror vibe. But hard time buying that basement part. Yeah, I mean, that is a hard sell. You know, it's definitely a hard sell. And I think structurally speaking, that estate, that manor, the castle, the whatever, the mansion there, it's very confusing. I need to see some layout of that place, because it just seems way bigger, and I don't understand how all of that is there. But I guess maybe the ground, I think the ground is like higher in the front and lower in the back, and that's why they can come out the back end and escape out there, I guess. But I don't know. It's all very confusing. But it is kind of, it doesn't make much sense. So maybe there's just this big underground system that was kind of built in there. That's what I assume. But yeah, it is semi unbelievable, especially when you think about the Rex and Carnotaurus was in there, and everything was in there, really. I mean, everything huge was in there. Oh, huge shout out to Horror Realm. Thank you so much, Horror Realm. Good to see you in here. Always appreciate super chat people here. Horror Realm says, great setup. There is tension but no payoff because she is in no real harm because of plot armor. She cannot die, thus making the whole last act uneventful. And the Indoraptor is unscary and not a big threat. Are you this guy? Baldy? Is that you right there, the Bald Emperor? I feel like that's the exact same comment. Oh, that's so... If not, it's got to be... It's close. It's close. I love the setup. No payoff. You know, it's very self-contained. This whole horror element, right? The Indoraptor story is so self-contained. Really, that's all it is just they need to get that bone in the beginning of the movie, which was 3 years prior, and then fast forward 3 years, the thing's made, and then it's essentially trying to think of how it maybe means more. But ultimately the Indoraptor is the catalyst for all of the problems that Dominion's going to have, really. I mean, if you think about it, the only reason these dinosaurs are out is because of the Indoraptor. Maybe not directly, because obviously Maisie, is the one that hit the button and all that. But I think that the fact that they had to make this creature, they wanted to sell off these dinosaurs, but the ultimate, maybe I know they wanted to sell these dinosaurs, but I think part of the auction was to showcase a new species, a new creature that they could sell for even more and sell multiples and just get this thing out there in the future. Obviously, they didn't intend to sell that one, but I think this whole thing, I feel like, was an advertisement for the Indoraptor and their features and their capabilities there at the Lockwood Estate. So, I think there is payoff, but I also think that it's not necessarily the end of the Maisie story, right? So it's just kind of like this. And maybe this is the reason why a lot of people don't love Fallen Kingdom, is because it doesn't answer a ton of questions. It kind of leaves a lot of threads lingering, and it's kind of half stories and stuff like that, because you get this Maisie thing just introduced at the last possible minute here, basically, and you have no time to sit with it and no time to process it really. But I don't think in my case, when I'm viewing a movie like this and other things, like I don't find things uneventful, as you said here, because I know nobody's gonna die. I think you have to point your vision at the correct elements to say, well, in this case, in this movie, at this final portion of the film, there was a heavy chance that Blue was gonna die, right? Like when Blue tumbled down with the Indoraptor, I was scared. I was really scared that there would be a death there. But it didn't happen. It just, they twisted up and it came out on top for Blue there. But so I don't think I would ever have assumed, I would never assume that they're going to kill off a kid. And I know a lot of people just jump to that. But, I don't think it was uneventful because I knew that she wasn't going to die. My fear was elsewhere, and my focus was elsewhere. Because I think Maisie is a very intriguing storyline in general, and it's a very Crichton-esque kind of story. Human cloning and all that, it feels exactly like a Crichton story. So it makes it eventful for me because I'm very interested in that story. The Indoraptor not being scary, not a big threat. I mean, that's your own thoughts there, but I don't know. I find it scary, and the possibility of it a big threat. And certainly imagine if that thing had gotten out. Imagine if that had gotten out with all the other dinosaurs. That certainly would have been a much bigger threat. Because it's like, look at the Indominus. When that thing got out, all it wanted to do was destroy. This thing seems even more wild. And I'm sure it would just go and destroy as much as possible, or dinosaurly possible. But I don't know. We disagree on a lot of those points, but I can definitely see why you wouldn't like it. I'm just trying to sway your opinion a little bit. Thank you so much, Horror Realm. Yeah, Riley Zane points out the kitchen scene in Jurassic Park. Definitely very horror-oriented in a way because, how many times in a horror movie are you trapped in a singular location trying to fend off the attackers? And, that's a good one right there. That's perfect. When Ellie and Muldoon out in the rain hearing the wrecks but not seeing it always scared me as a kid. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you hear that thing, and then Malcolm's like, come on. Gotta go, we gotta go. Now, move. Must go faster. Yeah, it's definitely a scary moment. And plus you see the ripples in the water and everything. That's a scary element right there. I have the right words. Sometimes. Not often. But sometimes. Did he say that? I think I don't know the actual quote of what you're talking about there. But I feel like he was probably just like, Fallen Kingdom, it's gonna be great. It's like your run-of-the-mill typical sequel stuff, crazy action, intense, scary stuff, and me and Bryce, like typical Jurassic sequels. I don't know that he was like, was he trying to say like, yeah, this movie stinks, I don't like it? I don't think so. Maybe. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going here. Oh man, I skipped ahead again. Oh man. Brent says, wait. Hey, I already said that. What? Oh, you're saying it on YouTube now. Hey, he's back. Jesse's here. What's up, Jesse? How you doing? You know, that's kind of what it is. I mean, there is a lot of storytelling there, but like I was just saying with the Maisie stuff, that essentially was like the setup, right? It was just like, hey, we're going to introduce this thing late in the game, and we really aren't going to get to the consequences and what it all means until the next part in Dominion. I hope. But it is kind of just a movie to get you to the movie. Really? I mean, like I said, everything was just like a domino effect of letting these dinosaurs escape. So yeah. Sure, I wish he was. Oh, you know what? That's what we could discuss. Why did I not put that on the agenda today? There's an image of Barry out there. We'll get to that in a second. We'll try. I'll try to wrap up this horror talk. I've been doing it for 51 minutes, and I plan on talking about other stuff, which I guess we'll probably not get to. Maybe we'll scrap some of the other stuff, or maybe I'll get to it real quick since I kind of set it up. What did I even talk about? All right. So Emily says, I'm assuming that's Emily. It says, once they left the island, things went downhill from there. I don't think it was anything to do with the loving the originals more. That's a given. But the writing just wasn't there. It's fair. It didn't bother me. Honestly, when you say the writing it wasn't there, could you expand upon that for me, if you don't mind? I just want to see what you mean by that, because when it comes to the writing in that portion, it's got to be minimal, right? Like the writing of actual script, not just, directions and stuff like that, like stage directions, as far as like, well, they're going to be chased here. They're going to run up there into the bedroom. There's going to be a bedroom attack, and then they're going to go on the roof, and then that's going to happen. And then there's really not a ton. I don't feel like there's a ton of dialogue. I actually really love a lot of the dialogue that is in that second half. Like the whole Mills in the basement just berating Owen and Claire. I love that. Sure, I guess you could say that moment with Mills in the hallway where he reveals Maisie. It's a very quick moment, and it's just like, just like bypassing comment, and then all of a sudden, you've got this new thing to deal with. But maybe that's what you mean, but definitely expand upon that, because I'd love to know more about what you think there. And thank you so much, by the way, for the super chat. There you go. That's all. And again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. So, like I said, I do want to hear more about what you think, about the writing. I definitely want to know about that, because, I like to take in all perspectives and kind of, see what other people think, because I love all this stuff, but I don't think I'm blind to the issues and what people dislike about these movies. I try to figure it out. I'm trying to see what it is that people don't like, because when I watch them, I like what I see. That's just me, But thank you so much for the super chats. That's amazing. Shout out to you. Siak is here. What's up? You're just showing up. How you doing? Lewis, trying to change the topic here. What are you doing? All right, so we got an answer on the writing, but I'll get that in a second. Let me just get this coming up here. Siaka preferred the mansion since the island felt like a JP trope parade. Ooh, Okay. I mean, I feel like I'm trying to figure out what you mean, but I feel like, the beginning portion certainly has a lot of identity with the Lost World, right? Like, it definitely feels like similar in nature. Obviously, the reasons are different. The goal is different, but a lot of that is very similar. One team goes to the island that is essentially protecting. The other team goes to the island that is there to harm. The team that harms eventually wins out, takes some stuff back, like they did with the T-Rex in the Lost World, took it back. In this case, they took back a lot more. I almost just pulled muscle in my neck when I just did this. I don't know why, but it almost happened. So, yeah, getting old. But you preferred the mansion part, so that's awesome. I'm surprised, honestly, to hear that. Maybe not just from you, but I'm just surprised to hear that. Just because, maybe because it's full of explosions and action, and it doesn't really focus on the stuff that you'd want it to focus on the island, I think. Yeah, I think the interesting stuff comes after when you get to the manor there. This is here's Emily. Emily, am I saying that right? Apologies, I'm so bad at saying names. You said the writing felt rushed. Characters weren't anything that viewers could latch onto. So when the scary, when then scary or action-packed scenes go down, we don't care. The dinosaurs look good, but still. Okay, so sorry, I just skipped ahead a little bit. The writing felt rushed. Like I kind of said just before, assuming what you meant by that. I think that's kind of what maybe you mean, is like the reveal of Maisie being a clone is rushed, and it's like they linger on the mystery of Maisie for a while, like literally since the beginning of the movie. The mystery of Maisie is there, and you're like, who is this Maisie? What does she mean? Like, why are we supposed to care about this character? And it's like, it's slowly revealed over time, but at the end, it's like, sorry we were so slow this entire movie of revealing who Maisie is, but here you go. She's a clone, and that's it. That's all you're gonna know. Nothing else. So maybe that's the rushed element. So maybe do you have an issue? Do you take issue with like Owen and Claire and those characters as well, or Franklin and Zia? Because those are the ones, and of course Maisie. Those are the ones you're supposed to care about, right? Lockwood. I mean, I didn't. We have no tie to him. We are told that there's this long history, right? But it's nobody's fault. Like, they literally just introduce this guy that has a long history with Jurassic and then kill him off. So there's not a ton of attachment there. I think if we were to get like prequel stories or novels or TV shows or whatever about Lockwood, and it would give a bit more context, I think that moment could be a little bit more impactful. Same thing with Maisie, to learn a little bit more about her. But outside of that, I don't really. I mean, yeah, you're not really supposed to care too much. I mean, Mills and Wheatley and the auctioneer guy, like whatever his name was, I forget. Yeah, you don't really care too much about what's going on there. The action though, in the like the moment when Owen and Stiggy show up. Which, by the way, talking about horror, I forgot Psycho. How did I forget Psycho? Because that moment when Owen. See, and this is the reason why I do love this portion so much, is these like revelations that are hidden in here. These like little things that you just don't realize that are there. Like all these horror elements, allusions to haunted house stuff, Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, and Psycho, the movie Psycho. Like literally when Blue lets a Stiggy loose on that showroom floor, and then that whole action sequence happens. That is amazing. I love that action sequence. And the music behind that is straight up Psycho. It's from the movie. It sounds like it's from the movie Psycho. It's that like jin 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 jin, and it sounds like people are about to get stabbed. Listen to the Psycho score and then listen to that score. It's identical. So I do love the action there. The thing that I kind of disagree with even more so is the dinosaurs looked good. I think the dinosaurs looked maybe the worst they've ever looked in this movie. We're just too far away from each other here. I think the dinosaurs didn't look as good as they've ever looked. Blue had some good moments. I think all the budget there was spent on the Indoraptor because the Indoraptor looks flawless. But Blue had some moments of like that snarl at the camera, not good. The T-Rex being forced into the cage, that's terrible. That's real bad. Some of the stuff when they're all smashed together in the in the basement with the fog and the gas or whatever, not the best look. We disagree all around, but that's the point of the fandom, is to hash it out and discuss it normally, right? That's what we're doing. We're just discussing things normally. Sometimes fandoms have a hard time doing that, but I think we're doing a good job here. There you go. I don't know when I said that, if I said that before or after you wrote that, but the beginning portion definitely that, and then the ending of Fallen Kingdom, certainly, it's like, it's different because at least in the Lost World, they captured the T-Rex and brought it back. And say, for instance, the T-Rex got loose, the bull T-Rex got loose in San Diego. Much simpler, ask to take that thing down and get rid of it. This movie, a little bit more challenging, I guess, because, a lot of dinosaurs got out. So certainly a little bit more challenging. Shout out to Brent with the super chat. Man, thank you, dude. I mean, look, you came on our show and talked. Yeah, that was a great episode. I thought that was a really awesome episode. So thank you for your super chat, man. That is amazing. Thank you for all you do. Let's see here. And Lewis. And I feel like you're like, any question? Awesome, Brad. And I feel like you're just asking me to go back up here. Thank you so much, Lewis. I feel like you're asking me to go right back up here. This isn't exactly Fallen Kingdom, but it's related to it. I want to ask all of you, you think the real identity of Spinosaur in Blue... Wait, you think the real identity of Spinosaur in Blue VR? Spinosaurus or Baryonyx? P.S. It's canon. Okay, so I remember you talking about this online. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Because I remember you talking about that Spinosaurus or whatever, it is there in the Jurassic VR thing, which the blue VR thing was pretty cool. I think I just watched it on YouTube or something like that. I don't think I actually experienced it. No, I definitely didn't experience it. Seeing if I can, I feel like it was probably too far back. Oh, no, here it is. I'll bring your tweet front and center here just so people can take a look. So this fossil, or not fossil, but the bones here that you see are from Blue VR. And if you don't know, Blue, like the Blue VR thing was just, showcasing what Blue was up to leading up to Fallen Kingdom. So you had said that's from Blue VR. Intention was probably a Baryonyx because it's on Baryonyx nest and its size, but the skeleton was obviously Spinosaurus from Main Street. What do you think? Do you consider it a Baryonyx or a Spinosaurus? I don't know. I never really considered it too much, I guess, because I really didn't participate in Blue VR too much outside of just giving it a look. But yeah, definitely, it definitely looks like it's the exact thing from Jurassic World that the T-Rex kind of smashed through. And you can see this, like a sail embedded into the ground here. So, I mean, that does lead me to believe that it's, definitely Spinosaurus. But yeah, the size is very interesting. I mean, it looks very small here. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong pictures. It just looks very small, so it's kind of hard to say what the intention was, right? I mean, first of all, I know there was that whole thing from like the Jurassic Twitter account that said like this Spinosaur skeleton from Jurassic World was the skeleton from the creature in Jurassic Park 3. I'm not buying that Twitter. Not a thing. But I do love the idea that this is a baryonyx. That is kind of cool to think about. Oh, I didn't know you could see my mouse. Look at that. Big revelation. You can see my mouse. But yeah, I do love that idea that it could be the baryonyx. So you're saying it's near the buried nest. Is that down near like the entrance thing to the whatever that big gate thing was, that we see in Fallen Kingdom, like with the tower? Not that one. I think there's another one, right? It was like a different one, I think. But the similar structure that kind of looked like the gates, but it had the doors or whatever. The maintenance shed kind of thing. So is that where that was? Down in that like swampy area? But yeah, to think that this could be a baryonyx, which, we did get I don't want to say confirmation, but heavy allusion that that the baryonyx in Camp Cretaceous is the same. One of them is the same as the one in Fallen Kingdom. Which baryonyx was that? Not Limbo, not Grim, Chaos. Yeah. So yeah, that could be cool. What if this is Grim? Sitting right here. That's grim. That's brutal. The position of everything's a little different probably from the Camp Cretaceous show, but yikes, that could be interesting. I would love to think of that as like a canonical element there. But if this is canon, man, P.S. it's canon. Got to know what it is, right? Are you trying to figure that out? I mean, you gotta go to the top, I guess, right? You gotta go to the source and figure out what it's supposed to be. I remember a few comments in here. Tom was saying he imagined it was intended to be a baryonyx. Chris was saying it's a Spino, just flat out the Main Street Spinosaurus skeleton. And honestly, I wouldn't consider it canon anyhow. And I know Jurassic Souls. Look, I said I know Jurassic Souls is going to like this comment, and guess who commented on it underneath? Jurassic Souls. Of course. If you want to get funky with it, call it a Suchomimus. See, now that I like. That's some details that I can get behind right there. I would much rather that be a Suchomimus, even though I still want to see a Suchomimus, but that would make a lot of sense to me. Even though it doesn't necessarily represent the Suchomimus that we see on the website, I think. But whatever. Anyway, it's definitely interesting to kind of figure out what's going on here. But I mean, it definitely, it's the Spinosaurus skeleton for sure. But I do love the idea that it could be something else. Baryonyx, Suchomimus. I want to lead towards Suchomimus. So thank you, Lewis, again, for all that you do, and for the super chat. Where was I? I really hope we do learn more about Maisie. That would be really a shame if we didn't. I want to know what's weird. Siaka, what is weird? In the novelization for Fallen Kingdom, Mills never explains Maisie as a clone. What? How do you learn that the original Maisie was an adult who died with her husband? Really? I mean, I'm trying. Hold on a second. I have this book. I just never read it. Coming back. Here I come. Hold on. Still here. All right. So let's go back to our other image there. Woo. Oh wait, did I read this? I did read this. When did I read this? Oh, and look at this note. Wow, I do not remember reading this whatsoever. Oh my God. I have notes everywhere in this book, like post-it notes for no reason because it didn't help me whatsoever. But this note right here says no clone reveal. I was just shocked when I read that on your message there. But apparently I was shocked back when I read this as well. So who knows what's happening? What happens? Nothing really happens. I don't know where the Maisie reveal is that she died. This is a terrible way to make notes. Don't do this. Don't put post-it notes everywhere in your book because it's not easy to find out where everything is. Just write it down somewhere else. Blue, blah, blah, blah. The scene is not in the movie. No pillow talk. Maisie toy dino. What did I write that? Why did I write that? I have no idea why I wrote that. I don't know. I can't find it quick enough. But anyway. Yeah, you know, it's not like you can consider it canon, I guess, right? It's just like it's a junior at least this one. I don't know if this is the same one. This has got to be the same one, right? The junior novelization. Here we go. Blue's CGI is absolute trash, and Rexy needs a makeover immediately. You know, I think, like I said, there's a bunch of moments where Blue's CG is not very good. At the end there, and Rexy going into that tunnel, like into the crate that takes her down to the basement. That just nothing about that sequence looks good. But I do think there's plenty that does look good. But I think, like I said before, I think the ending of that movie is definitely the worst CG representation of these dinosaurs. But thank you again for the super chat. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So Jared's asking, do you know when the book club will start with The Lost World yet? No, I don't yet. I got to take a look at the schedule and schedule a chat with Ben. And we'll get to it soon. I know everybody kind of wants to get to reading that, just jump right into it. Which, sure, you can probably do that as well, but we'll get to it soon. I don't want to let it linger too long, but we'll get back to that pretty soon. T-Rex Paddock. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are just blowing me away tonight. Oh my God. You're amazing. Every one of you guys. It says, fantastic stream. Great conversation for the evening. Thanks, JP Pod. Thank you so much. That is incredible. I'm glad that this is a good chat. I'm having so much fun talking about this. And I mean, honestly, this all goes out to Jurassic Souls for kind of, pushing me to discuss this again. But yeah, I was really I was thinking about some things yesterday. And I was like, I want to know what people are thinking about with Fallen Kingdom's second half. So I was like, let's bring it up on Twitter. I just thought it would be really fun to do. So thank you so much, T-Rex Paddock, for that. That's amazing. All right, we got it. Let's move on. Pass Brad coming in clutch. Yeah, past me. I don't know who I was when I did that. Story time with me. But yeah, I don't know. I do a lot of things and then realize I did those things after the fact, and I was like, oh, whoops. Okay, I want to see this. You tagged me on Twitter. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. I'm just looking on my phone real quick here. Tagging on Twitter. I feel like this is taking me way too long to get on Twitter. Where? I don't see this tag. Nope. Don't see it. Try again. You just tagged me in something? Where? Now I'm confused. Sometimes I feel like I don't see anything. Like Lewis, I feel like for years I did not see any of Lewis's tweets, and I don't know why. I don't know. Try again. All right, so let's move on here. Actually, let's discuss this. I know, Lewis, I know you had the picture, so why don't we just go right over to Lewis's Twitter here, I think. Yeah, here it is. It was from Empire Magazine, right? So Empire Magazine released yet again another article about about not Fallen Kingdom, about Dominion and the preparation for COVID, and how COVID kind of took a toll on the production, and it seems like every so often. I know I said I was going over to Lewis's, but I got the link from there and moved over. But every so often, these articles come out for Dominion, and I don't know what the deal is. They're just really trying to make it ever present in everybody's mind that this movie worked, so heavily during some of the hardest moments of the pandemic here, and it happens constantly. There were so many articles about the the safety protocols and all that stuff, and now we're getting to hear Colin speak a little bit more. Let's actually dive into that here, and we'll take a look at this picture here, but I want to get to some of these quotes here. So he says, on the very last day that we were shooting, you guys can see that, right? Are we still? Yeah, we're still showing that. On the very last day of shooting, I didn't find out officially that we were going to shut down until about 3 hours before we wrapped. We were shooting this in this old industrial barn, and the page moved. All right, ads. Thank you so much, ads, for moving all over the place. So Alexandra Derbyshire and Pat Crowley and I had a phone call with Universal, and all of us agreed it was the right thing to do. But I had a shoot day to finish. So yeah, that's interesting. To have that news, to know that guys, we're gonna have to shut down. But I got to finish this shot, and I feel like we've seen these shots. I feel like of Maisie outside of these warehouse-looking industrial barns, and in the snow and all that. So I feel like that's probably what that was. Maybe I forget where they were located at the time. He goes on to say, whispers had begun but we didn't want to compromise that moment in the movie by having it fraught in any way. So we captured it, and then we went home for 3 months, and that day is in the movie. We didn't go back and reshoot it. That is amazing. I think that's really interesting, and that's one of those things that when we watch Dominion, we're gonna know that moment in this whatever he said, industrial barn, shooting in this old industrial barn. We're gonna know at that moment that Colin knew that they had to shut down the production, and maybe some of the cast and stuff didn't know, I guess, because they didn't want to compromise that moment. That would be, these guys are very professional. All of these actors and actresses are very professional, but like to have that knowledge that like you're chancing like getting away from this movie and things are dangerous and stuff like that, like it's got to affect you in a way. And here's another point here. It says the scariest moment was in late October when we had just a couple of weeks left and the cases were rising exponentially. Because we had the crew that we did and the actors were always on set, we were able to accelerate what we were doing. But we definitely had a fear that we might have a movie that was 9/10 finished and remain that way. Let that sink in. Imagine that. Imagine. I feel like and I don't want to say he's over dramatizing, like making this dramatic in any way, because obviously the pandemic has been a very dramatic moment in human life. But I feel like they would have finished this movie. I don't know that it was actually a problem. Do you think it was really like something that they actually considered, like we might never finish this movie? That would, man, imagine that. How upset would we all be? I just don't think that's ever would have been a possibility. I think they maybe would have shut down again, but I think they would have come back again or finished it in some other way. I don't know. But really, it was a kind of like a nothing article, really. That's it. I mean, and then of course, obviously this image here, which let's go ahead and expand that a little bit. Of course, it's ad popping up here. Of course, that's super blurry, but whatever. You guys get the picture. Literally. So I think this is cool. This is a cool picture. So what do we believe is going on here? I mean, is this supposed to be in the water? Is that what's happening? And they're kind of floating through this, like, channel thing underneath this, like, tunnel system. It's pretty cool. I know they filmed Malta. They filmed in the European island nation or something of Malta. And I think that's probably where this is located. But yeah, so it's kind of like a seafaring location. So that's pretty interesting. This is cool to see Owen and Barry together. Barry looking just as Barry as ever. I love it. Owen looking kind of like a mashup of Owens. He's not his old Owen self. He's kind of more like the Fallen Kingdom Owen, like the beginning portion or the ending portion. But it's very cool to see them together on this boat, which I'm assuming probably floats through this. You can see there's kind of like a wheel or something in the back there, maybe holding this up, and they can maybe have a team push it or something through this channel. But very cool. I love the way this looks. The name of the boat, Fair Spanish Lady, which actually is something from Jaws, if I remember correctly. Fair Spanish Lady. It's like a quote or something that Quint. Let me look up the history of that. I forget exactly. It's been a while since I saw Jaws. It's a traditional British naval song describing a voyage from Spain to the Downs from the viewpoint of the Royal Navy. So yeah, the song or whatever, I think that Quint was singing. Quint says, right? He says, let's see here. Do we have a quote? We have a quote here somewhere. Where did it go? Let me try to find that for you real quick. All right, so this in the third act, Hooper and Quint are talking about the shark cage that he's bringing aboard. Something about the way Quint queries Hooper on what he's intending, what he's going to do with the cage. As a teen, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what is this about? So Quint says, talking about the boat, the shark, he says, farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu. Is that how you say that word? I don't know. You ladies of Spain, for we received orders for you to sail back to Boston, and so never more shall we see you again. So how does that apply? Because you know these boat names always apply, right? They always apply. The boat name in The Lost World, the boat that took the T-Rex to San Diego, was the same name as the boat in King Kong that transported King Kong. Fallen Kingdom, the name of that boat was something, right? What was it called? It was like the production name for Dominion or something like that. I forget. What was that called again? Do we remember? Do you guys remember what that was? Yeah, I know. You know, it's definitely a nod to Spielberg for sure. But I want to find more deeper meaning to it. Arcadia. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I just disappeared. Arcadia. So that was the production name for Dominion, right? Yeah. So that was the name of the boat in Fallen Kingdom. Too many titles. I'm so confused at this point. But yeah, so I love looking into those details. But yeah, it's definitely probably just on the surface, just a nod to Spielberg there. So that's pretty cool though. I like this shot. Looks cool. Can't really tell much about what's going on. See people wearing their masks. Everything looks good. But yeah. Very cool. But like every so often we get these, and look at how big that text is now because I exploded it. But yeah, every so often we get these posts and articles and all that good stuff. So, oh yeah, you can see a little bit more detail on Barry's shirt. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see more Barry. That's going to be so much fun. All right, so quickly, I want to go over here to Theme Park X, or Parks, however you say it, Theme Park X. See if we can see some Jurassic-related content here, because this is Universal Beijing, right, guys? So if you don't know, Universal Studios Beijing is constructing Jurassic World Isla Nublar, which is a full Jurassic World section built from scratch, not a repurposed section like either Universal Studios Hollywood or Orlando. Different parts been repurposed. All of Hollywood, some of Orlando. Out here in Beijing, completely from scratch. There's a lot of different lands, so this is a lot of scrolling through stuff. But here is a shot here, which you can see of this. This is the Jurassic coaster that goes in to a mountain. It's like an aviary that's inside there. Looks really crazy. It looks like this whole track twists, like the car twists and stuff. That's really interesting. I like that a lot. I think this is shots from maybe the Hammond restaurant. Can't really tell much going on there. Let's keep going. Oh, I like this. Where'd it go? Oh, I saw. Oh, here. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I love that Jurassic World look. Jurassic World Isla Nublar with this faded green to like lighter green logo. That's really, really cool. See if we can find anything else while we're here. So this website basically has just been showcasing. Why can't I hit this scroll thing? It's been showcasing. Oh my gosh, scroll for real. showcasing pictures of the construction since the beginning. Obviously, there's a lot of Harry Potter stuff there. Ooh, look at this. Mix of Transformers and Jurassic World. That logo looks awesome there. Oh, look at that. Paddock 11. Indominus. Ooh, that is so good. I like that. See what else we can find. Optimus. I am Optimus Prime. Oh, my voice cracked because I haven't been drinking enough water. Welcome to Universal Beijing. We have on our right Jurassic World Isla Nublar. Roll out. That probably sounded horrible. Okay? Cool. That's why you guys are here for this stream. Is anybody even still here? I haven't checked. Is this still going? Oh, look at that site. Oh, that looks good. Look at that mountain. That is a Jurassic World mountain right there. Woo! So good. His pictures are a little blurry. I don't know why. The resolution's not too great. But still cool to see nonetheless. If you guys have any thoughts or questions about Universal Beijing, let me know. Oh, look at that. Oh, the aviary. Oh, man, that looks good. I've never seen this before. That looks so awesome. That logo is fantastic. And this aviary, I don't know if I've seen it with like the windows in, have I? Oh, man, that is so good. Wow. Just impressive, super impressive, the scope of this thing. I think this is inside the aviary, if I remember correctly. It's like a treehouse kind of element to it. That is so cool looking. Look at all that. Oh, look at that. Island ice cream. Oh, look at that logo. Oh, come on. You out there straight up stealing our what do you call it? The Jurassic Wire look. That looks like the Jurassic Wire logo, guys. Come on. Real? I think I have that branding here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Switching back. Oh, I didn't realize Michael Corelli's picture's been behind me this whole time. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for still, I guess, maybe allowing me to use that picture. Let's keep going here. The Overlook. I don't know what that is. But man, is that theming incredible. Wow, look at how overgrown that is. That is amazing. I don't know why there's a building built under a tree, maybe, but that's super cool. It's giving me like heavy Animal Kingdom vibes. That's really cool. That's amazing. I was half expecting like dinosaurs to be carved into this tree. Wow, that is so good. Oh, look at it! Look at it! Look at that sign, Jurassic World Adventure. Who knew I was going to get this hyped an hour and a half into this recording? Oh, man. That's the Innovation Center right there, guys. How cool is that? Oh, my God. Legit. It's right there. I don't know what that is. Piles of sand. This tunnel system. Oh my gosh. There's the coaster. It's supposed to be like more of like a family ride coaster kind of thing. Not like this one that you see off there in the distance. But look at this. What is this view? Down from the... Look, I hope they can clean that off because that looks real grimy. Construction debris. Look at the scale of this thing. It's incredible. Man, that is amazing. Oh, look at that. And you see the Hammond restaurant down there. Very Jurassic looking. That's awesome. Oh, look at the Innovation Center. That is too cool. Is that the Indominus Rex gift shop exit down there from the attraction, probably? Right here? You can see there's an you probably can't see it, but there's an Indominus Rex in there. Look at that. That is so good. Wow. The scope of this park is incredible. I mean, way off in the distance, you got Hogwarts Castle. Hogwarts, yeah. Hogsmeade Village down there, or whatever. Hogsmeade, whatever. Look at this park. It's cool. It's too cool. You see the scope of the Jurassic section down there. So look at the Innovation Center right here, right? This building behind it is massive. Very, very massive building. That is the entirety of the Jurassic World Adventure Ride, which is more of like a Transformers type or Spider-Man type vehicle car that you enter, and it moves around the ground. And so it'll be an amazing adventure there. So I'm really, really hyped for that. But it's a big, big building. What is this? It's like Harry Potter expansion over here. Definitely a lot of room to expand this park. What is this Fast and Furious sign? What that is? We got anything else Jurassic? That's probably good enough for now, right? What do you think? Did I say I was going to talk about anything else? Oh, I did. Yeah, let's end that there. So that is Universal Beijing. Oh, there's one more. Waterfalls. Oh, look at that view. That's really cool. Innovation Center back there. Oh, under the water. Stop getting us soaked. Ooh, what's this? I don't know. All right, so we'll end that portion there. I do want to bring up one or two last things here. See if I can get these links real quick. So, recently, I think it was over on Amazon, a few different Amber Collection items popped up. And that would be Amber Collection Robert Muldoon and the Amber Collection T-Rex with 3 different compies. Now, that is pretty amazing in and of itself. I am super hyped for that. Let me see if I can find these. I had the links, and of course I lost them, but it should be around here somewhere. Okay, so here are the guys that I'm looking for. Oops. Oh, page not found. Page not found. All right, what are you doing that to me for? All right, so let's do this. We'll take a look at this page here. So this is like a Jurassic World hub over on Amazon. I gotta close some of these windows here. All right, so like I said, Jurassic World hub over on Amazon, and you scroll through here. There's a lot of good stuff. A lot of like what's going on with these prices. You know, it's just third parties selling some of this stuff. So down here, if we scroll down a little bit, start to get some Amber Collection stuff. But here's some good stuff right here. Can we do a quick look? Well, let me do a quick look. Yeah, there we go. All right, so $29.99, Jurassic World Amber Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex. Young T-Rex here. We can see we got a young T-Rex. Oh, so cute. Can I make this bigger? No. But I love that. That's pretty great. Did I just make it smaller? Oh, whoa. What's going on here? I did make it bigger. Oh, look at that. That's cool. All right, so look at that thing. So it comes with what looks to be a muzzle for the mouth. That brown part over here, I think you can still see the mouse. This part down here, I would assume is a muzzle. And this looks like a leg brace over here. I hope there's like a disconnect in the leg. I know it's not, these are not necessarily toys like, you know, like the other collection, but the old one had that leg break in it, which was really, really cool. So, but anyway, you do get a cast here. It does come with a base, which is interesting because I know, you know, Ray Arnold did not come with a base, and these compies don't have a base. So maybe is this a base for the compies? That's a possibility. I don't know. But you got these little compies here. I love them. They are so amazing. They kind of look like little raptors, but I don't care. I can't wait to see the actual finished outcome here. So this Rex is, you know, it's the baby T-Rex from the Lost World. So that's fantastic to actually get that. I want to look that up real quick. Baby Rex, Lost World. Because I feel like the coloring is a little different, but, you know, the movie was dark. So I feel like when you go off of, no, that's just somebody's, what is this? Here's a Stan Winston maquette. How do I can't, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. Let's see if I can take a look. Okay. All right. Oh, this is amazing. Let's look at this. So I guess it's not too bad when you look at this guy right here. Oh, look at that. Stan Winston maquette. Winning bid, 5,000 pounds. Is that a lot? I don't know. Look at this guy. This maquette here is amazing. Got different shots of this thing. Oh, cool. Pop-ups. Awesome. Anyway, I feel like it doesn't look too far off, right? Kind of looks like it. I feel like it's a bit more green. And kind of instead of looking more baby-esque, it kind of just looks like a shrunken down T-Rex in a way. The arms are massive. And the posture's a little different. So it's a little iffy. But what's the other one? I have that around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. So here is the other one that I have here. Let's see if we can take a look at this one. How do I make this bigger? All right, so here's this one. So kind of, what's going on with this arm? Oh my gosh. So I feel like this is like a better representation of that baby scale and baby look. And this other one's a bit bigger. So that's interesting. Oh. Why don't I make myself this big? That's not bad. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting look. I always kind of think of it as a bit darker and maybe even brownish. I feel like that's the way that it kind of looks in the film. Yeah, here's a picture here, actually. Let's take a look at this one real quick. You can see it definitely kind of looks a little bit more brown. But the face looks not too bad there. Color pattern is certainly a lot brighter on this guy. Oh, man. But anyway, I'm very excited to have that. I feel like this line, it's kind of tough because you do have to kind of keep them a bit smaller to make them more affordable. For this, $29.99, that's not too bad. You're getting 3 compies in the T-Rex. That's not too bad. I'm okay with that. I think that's all right. So I'm very excited for that. I did pre-order it, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. So there's that one. And then my page is ginormous right now. So let's see if I can still find it. Oh, it was all the way down here. So then we got this guy here. Oh, oops. Sorry, can't find that page. Now I got to scroll all the way back down. Oh, that's the bottom of the page. Load. Okay. All right, almost there, I think. Maybe not. Somewhere around here. There he is. Quick look. So this guy, much more affordable, $19.99. They've started this $19.99 trend with Ray Arnold, who, comes with a lot for $19.99. And so does Muldoon. It looks like it comes with a decent amount here for $19.99. Obviously, they're just starting to, stop with the stands. They're not doing the stands for the humans, I guess, because Ray did not come with one. But that likeness looks very good. I think that looks very good. That might be like one of the best likeness we have yet, to be honest. If that turns out that way, I think it's one of the best likeness. Now, I guess maybe the coloring could be a little off. Now, surely these, might not be the right looks, the right images. Obviously, there's this whole do not distribute thing, but it's on Amazon. This image is literally on Amazon. So, but it comes with a second head, which you can't really tell much difference between those heads. It comes with a hat, I would assume there. You got a different set of hands, probably just like a normal set of hands, and then one to hold the taser. So the interesting thing about this is it comes with a taser, and not with his shotgun. Why? You never sell him with a taser. Still though, this looks amazing. This looks really, really good. Very pleased with this. So I can't wait to see which way does my hair go? Can't wait to see this thing in my collection. That is super, super cool. So I think that probably winds it down. So yeah, what have you guys been talking about? I have not checked the comment section. Let's see what's going on here, because I know I kind of checked out there as I realized, well, we've been going for a while. I got to zoom through some of the other stuff here. Let's see. Siaka says, a single image got me so hyped. I think I'm experiencing some kind of JP-related withdrawal. Oh, man. It hasn't been that long. I mean, Camp Cretaceous Season 2 was January? I mean, it is May now, so... Yes, that said Amber Ridge. Amber Ridge. Wouldn't be a live stream without Brad sounding like Ben. What did I do that sounded like Ben? It wasn't intentional. Oh my God, Bumpy, we gotta get Bumpy back out of there. I definitely want a Bumpy. Yo, if we get a Bumpy Amber collection, that would be amazing. No more Fast and Furious anything at the park, please. Oh, Fast and Furious. You make so much money and they give you nothing. It's so sad. It's so sad. I really wish there was a good Fast and Furious attraction. I'm honestly okay with the one in Florida. I know that's kind of like a crime to say, but it's fine. I'm rethinking the way I'm phrasing all of this, because the ending is not good, and actually half of the ride is not good. I do like the setup of the attraction, the queue and all that, and then getting on the bus and then going through the first few scenes until you get to that main room where the entire action takes place. That's just bonkers, off the wall, terrible. But yeah, they tried. Yes, Jurassic Souls. We do need a Lex figure. Please. When? When's it happening? You know, I think we did see recently that I think these are things I have pre-ordered somewhere. I feel like recently with pre-orders, it's been off the wall with like what is available and where it's available, and if your orders are actually legit, kind of like this Muldoon and T-Rex, you're like, well, I'm gonna pre-order it. It says I can. Is it real? I don't know. I know I pre-ordered a bunch of stuff, like Hammond, I think. Big Bad Toy Store. I pre-ordered John Hammond, Ellie Sattler, and a Dimorphodon 2-pack, all from the Amber Collection line. So those are coming. No pictures of those. What is going on here? Why did I sound like Ben again? What? When did that happen? What did I say that sounded like Ben? Is it just my natural voice? Like, I honestly can't figure out what I had said that sounded like Ben. Oh, okay, I like this. Gives me original Lost Continent vibe. That was at Universal Orlando before they made room for Hogsmeade. Yeah, for sure. Definitely that roof of the Innovator. You messed me up. The Innovation Center-esque looks pretty amazing. And if only it was a real Isla Nublar, you know? If only it was a real one. But yes, the coloring is off. And I don't know if you saw, but I did showcase that maquette. A lot of times with these toys and stuff like that, they go off of their style guide, kind of goes off of one thing that's given to them. And maybe it was the original maquette. And it looked very, very green. Not as green as this, but pretty green. So it makes me wonder if, you know, that's what they were given. And therefore, that's why this looks very, very green. Dodgson was not a fan of the Amber Collection. Not even surprised they messed up Muldoon's shotgun. Yeah, I mean, you know, things get messed up. And I don't know. I'm not sure why. You know, he comes with the shotgun, I think, in the other toy, wherever I have that. I think the 3 3/4 inch one came with it, so I don't know why that one doesn't. You guys want me to come in next time with like tattered shirt and like, you know, a fanny pack around my body, and then like you know, something like, I don't know what he had, like another shirt or something ripped around his head, and a stick and stuff, and like some like maybe like football guy paint or something. I don't know. Did he do that? Was that a thing? Was that in the show? I have no idea. Guys, we got to get Bumpy back. Bumpy. I don't know why I keep saying that. That's not a thing that happened in this show at all. Guys, we gotta get Bumpy. Anyway, guys, was there nobody even mentioned my Optimus Prime? You guys are all about my bumpy voice. That's my bumpy voice. So, this stream, what is it? So, that would make sense if I was to dress up as Ben for the next live, because next live is all about Camp Cretaceous Season 3. So, I don't know if I have any hand sanitizer here, but I do have hand lotion from Disney World. So, you know, hey guys, I got all my hand lotion from Disney World. Nice. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, never mind. So it's been fun, guys. It's been very, very fun. But we are nearly 2 hours in. What am I doing? This is a long live stream. But it's been so much fun. And I think we had a blast talking about the horror elements, right? I mean, that was too much fun. That was too much fun. Do the Ben cosplay. Let's look him up. Okay, here we go. So this is what you guys want for the next live stream. You guys want me here at the computer being like, all right, guys. So my thoughts on Camp Cretaceous Season 3. Can I pull it off? I just need like a lot of rope, some tree bark for my hands, and just so much dirt. There's no way I'm just going to sit here wearing a tank top and covered in dirt. It's not happening. Pretty sure it's not happening. All right? Does this look like Ben? Do I look a little more like Ben now? No, I don't think so. Maybe. Do I have something I can tie around my head? Do I look like Ben now? All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been fun. So, tune in next week. Will I be wearing the Ben cosplay? No, please do not make it a petition. No. Do I wear the Ben cosplay? Or do we just talk about Camp Cretaceous Season 3? What do you think? Anyway, this has been a fun chat. Please go download the Jurassic Park podcast and listen to the Jurassic Park book club, the third and final chapter there for Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. We finally wrapped that up. It was so much fun. And I think it was a great episode. It really, really came together well with a lot of comments from you guys in the community. So thank you so much for you guys with the Ben stuff. Come on. It was so much fun to produce that episode. And now I'm all distracted because of Ben. So in the comments section, let me know what you think about the horror at Jurassic World. Let me know what you think about the Amber Collection, the Universal Beijing. What else do we talk about? That image that came out from Empire Magazine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And we'll talk again next week. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe and be kind. Be kind to everybody. All right? Give somebody some hand sanitizer if they need some. All right? Peace out, everybody.